Commissioner Bettman, you were first a staunch opponent of legalizing gambling and now have embraced it fully. Why? What is the National Hockey League getting out of partnerships with the sports betting sites?
Ultimately, once the sports betting was legal, we had to evolve with the times and make sure that our fans would have the best possible way to connect with our game. And if they didn't want to sports bet, that was fine. But if sports betting interested existing hockey fans, we wanted to provide them that opportunity. And if you're not a hockey fan yet, but you're a sports fan and you want to place a bet, we may turn you on as a new fan. And so it was just a question of evolving with the times.
When you're talking about really maximizing the returns that are possible with sports betting, how important are these partnerships? I mean, your media deals are coming due soon. How much are you invested in the next partnership with the media network?
Everything is related to everything else. So the partnerships with the sports books give us an opportunity to work together to bring our brands together, to make sure that our fans are comfortable if they are placing bets, who they're dealing with. It's about trust, it's about reliability. And by the same token, when we ultimately start dealing with the media companies in our next media negotiation, there will be opportunities to focus on what this will do to expand our viewership.
And in terms of the technology that is now available to the sports bettor, in terms of you have some proprietary technology coming out of your pucks.
Yes, well, we're in the process of scaling player and puck tracking, which will send off thousands of data points so that our fans can have a second screen experience if they want to see what's going on in the game from a data standpoint. It may provide an opportunity for prop betting. It was all started to be a broadcast enhancement, and once the Supreme Court ruled, we pivoted to make sure we would be in a position to use this for sports betting if it made sense.
Commissioner, it's Kelly here back at studio, and it's great to have you with us. You know, it's one thing for the NBA, which has been in China for 30 years, dealing with the fracas they are this week. Is the NHL sure it really wants to expand in China right now?
I think the general answer is, and I'm not going to weigh in on the NBA's experience, when you're dealing in foreign countries, geopolitical issues can impact your business, and you have to be mindful of that.
Gary, Tyler Matheson here. Two questions. The first one is this. How much of your time or of league executives' time and how much of the owner's time is being spent these days thinking about how we integrate gambling into our sport, how we bring it into maybe our venues, which will get me to my second question, and so is it a big hunk of your mind share or a small part of it? Because there's a lot of money at stake.
When I stopped practicing law, I stopped keeping timesheets. We just have to make sure, and we went through a process of understanding the landscape and making sure that we're knowledgeable on all the issues. And you may recall that we were the first sports league, and currently the only one playing, to put a team in Las Vegas of the major sports. So we've understood the landscape probably a little bit longer than most.
Gary, just to pivot back to China, do you have a policy regarding what players, owners, managers can tweet or not tweet? Have you been talking either formally or informally with the league, with the various players in the league, about what they can or cannot tweet?
If you're asking me, have we issued any memoranda or have I made any statements since the NBA's China experience, the answer is no. We've regularly interacted with our clubs and our players in terms of what our fans expect, what makes sense, but we rely on the good judgment of all of our on-ice and off-ice personnel to do what they think is sensible and responsible. And overwhelmingly, I'm proud of the way that our people, particularly our players, conduct themselves.
But in this long runway, how important is China to the NHL's growth internationally?
The fact is, we probably have the most international player base of any of the sports, and to the extent we can do business internationally, we do it. And when there are impediments to it, we either pivot or choose another course. There are no hard and fast rules in terms of how you do it.
In one final issue on this, Commissioner, so are you concerned about what players might say or managers or employees as you guys look to make China a key growth market?
I rely on the good judgment of our personnel, both on and off the ice. Our organizations, particularly our players, understand that our fans like to focus on, first and foremost, on the entertaining aspects of our game, our extraordinary competitive balance, and the amazing things that our players can do on the ice.
And because we're here at the Global Gaming Expo, can you give us a sense of what sports gambling is doing for the National Hockey League? Can you quantify player engagement or revenue?
I think it's early days. We have 3 partnerships, FanDuel, MGM, and William Hill. We've had a relationship longer term with MGM because of the Golden Knights being here in Las Vegas. There's an opportunity to create revenue streams, but as importantly, there's an opportunity for fan engagement, and that's what we're first and foremost focused on.